were thinking maybe $20 or $30 million facility. And here we are several years later, and over $100 million, 200-acre farm. Just incredible.
You had to be overwhelmed when you heard that.
Yeah.
But then how does that compare to being able to tell your community that folks, Horse Soldier Bourbon chose Somerset and it's coming here?
What a special day that was. So we wanted to do it in a way that would allow them to tell some of their story, but also for folks to feel connected with them. And so they made that announcement from inside our council chambers. It was absolutely a packed house. And usually if a council chambers is a packed house, it's a bad day, right? In this instance, everybody was there, was upbeat, they were happy, they were ready to celebrate. Now that journey hasn't been perfect from there, but another moment I'll never forget, they have this giant inflatable Horse Soldier bottle. And so that was probably the one and only time you'll ever see this giant bottle of liquor in front of the city hall. But I was here for it. We had a great time, and the community celebrated alongside of us.
At the time, probably everybody's thinking, what has the mayor gotten us into?
I think so.
What is coming into our community? Have you had to kind of like calm concerns at all and kind of like reset expectations for what this would be and truly kind of how, trust me on this is going to set us up for the future, and how other rural communities are going to look at us forever, and maybe it's going to lift them up too?
Well, I think the part I'm proud of is our team told our story unapologetically. I've said that for years, but by telling our story, we got to hear and learn theirs, and then we started to share it alongside of them. And so now we want to be the home, the community of Horse Soldier Bourbon. But it started with them kind of falling in love with Somerset. Mark Nooch, one of the soldiers, he says Somerset, Kentucky is America. And I love telling that Heartland story. I love challenging other mayors and other community leaders to tell their Heartland story. Because it's special. Everybody doesn't have that. And I think it's what made our country great. And I think it's really where we can have a resurgence as a nation is sort of by being that unapologetically proud of who we are and not apologizing for what we're not.